So children, next token which we are using or which we are studying is operators. Now children, operators, if I talk about, then this plus sign is an operator, minus sign is an operator, greater than sign is an operator, less than sign is an operator, equal to sign is an operator. So these are some operators which I have given over here. So children, if you want to define operators, we say that operators are symbols or set of symbols. So operators are symbols or set of symbols which performs a specific task on their operands. So we say children, operators are symbols or set of symbols which performs a specific task on their operands. Now children, that means that what is an operand? Say if I say 10 plus 5, then over here plus is an operator and 10 and 5 are the operands. So we say that operands are those values on which the operator works. Operands are those values on which the operator works. So operators are symbols or set of symbols which performs a specific task on their operand. Now children, if we talk about operator, this operator we have to study in detail in another class because it is a very big topic. And if you talk about these operators are performing various types of tasks in Java. So when we have so many operators, what we do, we divide them or we classify them. So in Java we have classified them on two bases, and first is on the number of operands they are working on. So we have classified them on the basis of number of operands. Number of operands used. So in this classification, we have classified them into three parts. First is unary operator. Unary operator. Second is binary operator. Binary operator. And third is ternary operator. Ternary operator. So we have classified these operators into three. First is into the number of operands used, and in this particular way we have classified them as unary operator, binary operator and ternary operator. Unary operator means those operators which works on only one operand. Say for example, I will write minus 5. So this minus sign is working on only one value. It may be classified as unary operator. Or in some way we call a plus plus. This a plus plus or plus plus is an operator over here which is working on only one operand, that is called a. So these operators which are working on only one operand, they will be called as unary operator. Now children, we have some operators which work on two operands. For example, if I say 10 minus 5. So this minus operator is working on two operands 10 and 5. So it will be called as a binary operator. Say for example, if I say A multiplied by B. So in this particular case, two operands are being used. So multiplication is a binary operator. And the third type of operator, children, is the ternary operator. And this operator works on more than two operands. So ternary operators are those operators which work on more than two operands. And the ternary operator which we use in Java is a question mark and a colon. This we are going to study later. So we have classified our operators into the type of working. Then we have also classified our operators into the type of work they are doing. Type of task or type of work. Like we have classified them as arithmetic operators, because arithmetic operators are going to do all the arithmetic tasks. We have classified them as relational operators. Relational operator means here the operators are comparing each other, and whatever the value of the comparison is coming as true or false is being returned. The third is over here is logical operators. These are also conditional operators. Then the fourth one over here is assignment operator. Then the fifth one over here, assignment means to assign a value to a variable. Then the next one is shift operator. Then we have bitwise operator. Then we have Java shorthand operator. Shorthand. And most and very important is increment and decrement operator. So we have increment and decrement. So children, since this topic is a big topic, I am going to cover it separately, where we'll be discussing all these operators together. We'll be discussing arithmetical, relational, logical, assignment, shift, bitwise, Java shorthand, increment, decrement operator separately, and it is a second part of this chapter, and we get so many questions in this operator. So children, operator is the fourth token which we are talking about, and I have told you that operators are symbols or set of symbols which perform specific tasks on their operand. This specific task can be arithmetical operation, it can be any comparison which we do, it can be an assignment operator, or any other task which will be done according to the type of operator used. So children, after operator we have the last token, and the last token is the separator or the punctuators. So children, when you write any language, you use separators or punctuators. So you say these are punctuators or separators, these are symbols which are going to help you in your program writing, in your syntax. And these operators or these separators are also called as punctuators, and these are, first is this round bracket. Children, this round bracket we used as a separator to define methods. It is also used in conditions. Children, it is also used when we are inheriting any function. So this round bracket or parenthesis is one separator. Then we have this another set of, that is a set of braces, and this separator or this punctuator is used to define scopes in the class which you are writing. So you define a scope for a class, you define a scope for a method, and this is also used to initialize data members in arrays. So class 10 children might be knowing it, but class 9 will be continuing. When we will be studying arrays, you will come to know about this. When we are initializing values to array, so we use this braces also. The next is this box bracket or the square bracket. Children, this we use to initialize arrays in the program. When we write arrays, we use this. Then we have this semicolon. Now children, this semicolon is very important in Java. As you have a full stop in English for ending each sentence, we have a semicolon which we use to terminate each statement or each instruction in a program. Then we have this comma. This comma is used when we want to multiple initialization is done in a program, then we separate each variable with a comma. When the last operator is a period or a full stop. Children, this is used for inheritance when we want to combine a package with a subclass, with a sub-package, or a package with a class, or when we want to link our object with the function, we use this. Basically, it is used for inheritance. And these are the separators, these are special, you can say, operator which are being given as separators which we use for different functions in the program. They are, you can say, they are reserve symbols which we use to write program. So children, this is regarding the tokens which we have talked. Now children, when you write a small Java program or when you write a small Java statement, it is made up of collection of tokens. I'll just show you an example. In Java we write int a is equal to 10. This is the smallest statement which you can write, where I have taken a variable a of type integer and I am assigning a variable 10 to it. Now if I want to classify them as token, this integer will come under the category of keyword because it is a reserved word. So integer is a keyword. Now this a will come under the category of identifier. So identifier, as I have given it a name a, I have given a name a to value 10. Then this is an operator, this is assigning a value. So this is an operator, this is an assignment operator. And this is a value which I have given, it will be called as literal. Which literal? It will be called as integer literal. And this semicolon which I have written over here is a separator or a punctuator. So by the combination of these tokens, keyword, identifier, operator, separator, literal, I have written one Java statement. Now what is a Java statement? A Java statement is one complete unit of execution. And we have many statements combined together to make up one method, which I have told you. So a method is a member of a class. It contains Java statements and it contains statements to create objects, work on objects and other executable statements. And when we combine these methods together, they make up a Java program. So what is a program? We say a program is a set of instructions given to the computer in a computer language in a particular order to carry out a task. So what is a Java program? It is a set of instructions given to the computer in Java language to carry out a task. So this is a Java program, and we'll be writing programs, so we must know what a program is. So children, this is all regarding all the tokens of Java. We have also discussed about the statement. Statement is one complete unit of execution, and when these many statements come together in some order, they make up a Java program. And these Java programs are written inside methods. So methods are the executable part of the program. Thank you very much. We'll continue the other parts of this. We have to start in detail the literals or the data types of Java. Will be studying separately, and these operators will be continuing in this chapter separately. Thank you very much.